So this morning we were up early. It's roebuck season, and we were out basically looking for roebucks. We got there around about sort of 3:30 in the morning, something like that. It's still quite dark, sort of just verging on the edge of being able to see stuff. Come back around the edge of the wood on the other side of the really slow. And then we proceeded basically to take the route that I take. It's a route that we change depending on the wind. If the wind's blowing at your back, it's carrying your scent towards the deer. We had a bit of a walk around. The wheat and the barley are slightly later, so that means there's still quite a bit of cover up. Now obviously this cuts down the amount of deer that you can see. When you're actually looking at roe deer in that, all you see is two little ears popping out the middle of the actual crop itself. So we saw quite a few instances of that this morning, of basically where we saw the deer and just their heads popping out the crops. We saw one roebuck. Looking at the animal was quite a young buck. On the estate, what we're trying to do is we're trying to conserve basically a good bloodline of animals that we've got. The animal we saw today was a very good animal, so we decided basically not to shoot and to walk away. And that's all about good deer management. Good deer management is about selecting what we take, when we take it, yeah, and at the ages of the animals that we're taking as well. We've got to be careful about what we take. So after we saw the buck that we didn't want to shoot, we carried on along a ride on the edge of basically a set of woodland, and as I came to a small gap in the hedge, off to my left, I saw another roebuck with its head just sticking out of the actual corn. It was just standing there, its head just above the crop. The animal was a good animal to take, a slightly older buck, yeah, antlers basically starting to go back a little bit, which means it's it's older, it's gone beyond its prime, a good animal to take. So what we did is we basically watched the animal where it was. The animal had seen us and was just basically face on looking at us. I put the gun up, I looked at it, I waited until it turned its head slightly, and I took a neck shot basically in the middle of the neck, yeah, which dropped the animal basically where it was standing. And that's what we want. We want the animal to basically drop down, right, safe shot, yeah, everything, all those instances you've got to think about straight away as to what you're doing. Is it a safe shot to take, right, and is that the right animal? And that's what we did. I think me stalking and harvesting my own food like that has given me a massive respect for the animal and making sure that I do justice to that animal because I've understood its life. And I think that the fundamentals of that ask you as a chef to ask questions of yourself, when you're using something. If something turns up in a plastic bag or in a polystyrene tray and it comes into work, it's a thing. This is more than a thing. I've seen that animal in the wild, I've harvested it, I've taken its life, yeah, then therefore basically I have to do justice to that food. We, as human beings, took away all the predators that would predate on those deer. We're accountable for that, and therefore we've created an imbalance in nature which we need to look at and we need to basically correct. And by stalking and by harvesting and by managing deer properly, we're doing that. Yeah, we're bringing back a possible equilibrium. That as a chef, understanding the whole journey of that meat to the plate, field to plate as we call it, is very, very important. And I think more and more chefs are asking that question of where it comes from. I think I'm in a very, very lucky situation, like a lot of chefs that cook game, that I know the provenance right down to the blade of grass that animal was standing on, yeah, when it was harvested. So there's no better provenance and no better ethical meat, if you like, than a piece of venison that's been shot by yourself. It's moist when it goes into your mouth. You know, it makes your mouth salivate. Yeah, it's got that lovely, beautiful flavour. You pan fry it, you put it through the oven. Yeah, you give it those sort of like 7 to 8 minutes in the oven, yeah, and then you allow it to the rest. It must rest. But it's just a really easy to understand meat. It's not difficult meat. You know, it's not something that's complex in any way, and people shouldn't be scared of it. It's produced by what we've got here around us. We've got grass, clover, you know, we've got shrubs and bushes, you know, we've got bramble. That's what the deer eat. It's a natural diet, yeah, and all that goodness is going into producing that meat, yeah, and we're lucky enough in this country to be able to harvest it and put it on the plate in front of us. It's healthy, it's lean, you know, it's good for you. It's all these things, but it is also fundamentally a very easy meat to use, yeah, and we should be using more of it.